Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bad Luck Garage. Today we're going to be going over some issues you may be having with the tachometer in your LS swap project and maybe some of the things you can do to get that thing working correctly again. Okay guys, now one of the first and most common issues that people have when they're doing an LS swap is, they get it all hooked up and they say my tach's not working at all. Alright. This is actually a pretty easy fix. What's going on here, if your tach is not working at all, the most likely cause is going to be there's not a strong enough signal going to the tachometer. The tach lead that comes out of a LS PCM, a Gen 3 PCM, it doesn't have enough voltage to operate most tachometers. It's a real easy fix, guys. What you need to do is you need to go to, if you still have a Radio Shack, most of them in my area have went bankrupt now, but I used to play around with stuff all the time, so I just happen to have a lot of stuff laying around. But if you don't have a Radio Shack or a electronic store in your area, Hobby Lobby or some hobby stores might have these too, but you can definitely get them online. What you want is you want to get a pack of 1,000 ohm or 1K ohm quarter watt resistors. I hope that's, let me get up here and see if that's focusing. Right here. 1 kilo ohm quarter watt resistors. Alright, that's what you're going to want to get. Now the idea here is you're going to need to pull 12 volts from somewhere, from a switched ignition source, and you're going to run it through the resistor and add it to your tach lead, and that's going to boost the voltage signal to your tach and get your tach working, guys. So this is the absolute easiest way that I found to do this. All right, I'm just I've got these wires laying here just for illustrative purposes. Okay, we're going to say this green wire, because usually it's a green wire, your tach signal. We're going to say this green wire is your tach signal wire going to your tach. Now you've also got a ground, which I'm not showing here, and then you've got, of course, your switch 12 volt that goes to your tach. And if it, if it's backlit, you've got your lighting wire. We don't give a crap about that. All right. The only two wires we care about is your signal wire and your switched 12 volt wire. Like I said, guys, this is the easiest way I know to do this. What you want to do is go to your auto parts store and you get some of these quick connectors. Okay, I forget what they're called, but what you're looking for is, it splices on to your wires. When you clamp it down, it's going to cut into that wire, so that it's actually part of that wire, and it creates a female for a spade connector. And I really hope my camera is focusing, because I can't really see it, but so it creates a female for this male spade connector to plug into. So real simple, guys. You got your 1K ohm resistor. All right, you're going to take a male spade connector and crimp one on either end of that resistor, like so. You just crimp it on there. What I like to do is I'll take a piece of heat shrink and put it on here, but it's really not necessary, because what you can do is, you can sink that resistor in there just like that, guys. I hope you're seeing that. Oh, I might have been out of the camera view. I apologize. But like I said, you want to take your resistor right here, and you want to crimp you can cut it off there to where it just completely does this. Okay, you won't have this sticking out, because you're going to cut all that off, and you're just crimping a male spade connector on each end of that resistor. Right, real simple. When you get done, you're going to have something that looks like this. Or if you decide to use heat shrink, it may be a little longer, but just, for our purposes, we're gonna do it like this. So you've got that. You've got your little quick tap here that you've connected to your signal wire going to your Tach, and you've got another one, and you're going to connect your other quick tap to your switched ignition source that goes to your tachometer. Real simple, guys. Then you're just going to take your little resistor here, plug it in between those two wires, and what that's going to do is that's going to give you that extra 12 volt signal to your Tach lead wire through that resistor, and boom, your Tach's working. Okay guys, that takes care of problem number one. Problem number two, I don't see this quite as often on the forums, but every now and then I'll see somebody saying that, my Tach's jumping around. And this is not specific to LS swaps. This is specific to pretty much any tachometer. If your Tach is just bouncing around, randomly jumping around, 99 times out of 100, you've got a ground issue, guys. I mean, it doesn't get any more simple than that. You need to chase your ground down and make sure that you've got that ground wire going to your Tach attached to a good ground. You may have it screwed into a part of the body under the dash or something that's got paint or rust or something, and it's just not getting a good ground, guys. So if your Tach's jumping around, that's issue number two. Just redo your grounds. Make sure you got a good ground, and 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, that'll take care of the Tach jumping around issue. Here's the part where you hate me, because I do not have any screen capture software on this computer right now. So hopefully this will focus in enough to where you can kind of see what I'm doing. The third issue, and this is the most common issue that I see that people have, is that the speedometer, or the tachometer is working, but it's not displaying the proper, RPMs. All right. There's two ways you can fix this, okay? One is if you have if you're using an autometer Tach or something like that, what you want to do is set it to a 4-cylinder signal. You've got to either hit dip switches or cut wires. So if you've got a Tach that's adjustable for different, signals, that's what you want to do. All right. If you're using the tachometer that came in your vehicle, then you really don't have a choice. You're going to have to just have your PCM reflashed. I can do that if you're local here, Knox, Blount, Sevier County, that area. If not, there are several other people that can do it. The guy who taught me everything I know, Anthony Driller, aka Nova Man is his screen name. He offers a service, to flash PCMs as well. But anyway, I'm going to show you what the issue is here. We'll open HP Tuners, and like I said, I'm really hoping that you can see this, but if you can't, I apologize. Anyway, guys, here's what we got here. This is actually my tune file for Project Steppenwolf. Okay, now under the General tab, you click on Engine and the General tab here. If you go over here, you can see where it says Tach Output. All right, now I really hope you can see this. Notice there is a 3 in both of these boxes, and this is where a lot of confusion occurs, guys. I was helping a guy. Sorry, I'm stuttering, guys. I just got off work, and I'm like, I was seeing another guy having an issue with this, so I decided to make this video last minute. So this is not rehearsed or anything. None of my videos are rehearsed, really. So I apologize for the stuttering. Anyway, this is where a lot of people get confused, because on the forums, on a lot of Facebook pages, I'll see people having this issue, and the first thing I'll ask them, I'll say, is your Tach output set up for a 4-cylinder signal? And what do? If they've got HP Tuner or SCT or something like that, they'll go in here to their Tach output and they'll change this to 4. That is not a 4-cylinder signal, guys. That's not the way this works, okay? And like I said, this is where a lot of the confusion gets started. All right? If your Tach is set for a 4-cylinder signal. This doesn't go by cylinders here, guys. This goes by, output pulses. Okay? Anyway, if you put a 3 here, I'm just going to break this down Barney style, guys. Honestly, you don't need to know why it is what it is. You just need to know the right answers, right? You just want to know, hey man, what the hell do I put in here to make my damn Tach work right? So here's the deal. From the factory, on an LSPCM, you're going to see a 6 right here. Okay? I'm using my finger. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the cursor, so it's redundant. Anyway, right here and right here, from the factory, that's going to be set up with a 6. A 6 is a 4-cylinder signal, guys. All right? I know it's confusing. If I explain to you why, like I said, you don't need to know why. It's just got to do with the output pulses. Okay? But just know this. A 6 here will give you a 4-cylinder signal. So if you've got a 6 in here and you're using a Tach that's set up for an 8-cylinder, it's not going to read right, obviously. Right? Right. Okay. Now, if you want to put out an 8-cylinder signal, then you do what I did here. 3 will work correctly with a Tach that is set up for an 8-cylinder signal. Make sense? No, it doesn't, but that's the way it is. If you are using a tachometer that's set up for a 6-cylinder or a V6, then you're going to want to put a 4, I think. Yeah, 4. Okay? So a 6 here is for a 4-cylinder signal. A 3 here is for a 8-cylinder signal. And a 4 is for a 6-cylinder signal. So as an example, if you're swapping an LS into say a 3rd gen Camaro, and it originally had a V8 in it, and you want to use the stock Tach in that Camaro, then you're going to put a 3 here. All right. From the factory, there's going to be a 6 here in all of these. Okay, because the LS works off, like a 4-cylinder signal. Because it's just because of the the coil on plug ignition. But anyway, so there's going to be 6s here from I'm going to open a compare file just to show you. I mean, it really is simple, but I just want to make sure. Okay, so here's Project Steppenwolf. Now here is, if I click over here, see where it says 6.6. Okay, that is a bone stock file out of a PCM from a 6-liter. Okay, and you go back to my 6-liter and it's 3. All right, because I'm using a Tach that's set up for an 8-cylinder signal. I'm probably overcomplicating this, guys, but here's what you need to know. Where it says Tach output, if the vehicle that you're swapping into was originally equipped with a 4-cylinder, leave this part alone. It'll be set at 6. That's going to work fine with your 4-cylinder Tach. Okay, if the vehicle you're swapping into was originally equipped with a V6, as the gentleman today that I was talking to on one of the Facebook pages, he had a S10 that he's done an LS swap in. The tachometer wasn't reading right. He sent me a picture of this because he was able to open the file and look at it, but he doesn't have the equipment to modify anything. And it had a 6 here and here, and that's his problem right there, because his vehicle was originally equipped with a 6-cylinder, and the Tach output is set up for a vehicle that was equipped for a 4-cylinder. Okay, so if your vehicle had a 4-cylinder, it should be 6 here and here. If your vehicle had a 6-cylinder, you're going to need a 4 here and here. And if your vehicle was originally equipped with an 8-cylinder, or you're using an aftermarket Tach that is set up for an 8-cylinder, then like me, you need to have a 3 here and here. All right, guys. You're having issues with your Tach. Usually, it's one of those 3 things. This is a reoccurring theme that I keep seeing on on forums and on different Facebook pages. So hopefully if you're having any of these issues, this video helps you out. I'd also like to say that, you know, I do flash PCMs, but I only do it locally. And, you know, so before you guys start asking me, you know, how much I charge, yada, 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 just know that I only work locally. And by locally, I mean, you know, East Tennessee, Knox County, Blount County, Sevier County. If you're close enough to drive your, you know, your vehicle over here, or to bring me your PCM, you know, then I can flash it for you. You can reach me at, I don't currently have a business phone set up, and my phone is a work phone, so I can't really give that number out, but you can reach me by email at thebadluckgarage@gmail.com, and I can answer questions there, or you can hit me up on my Facebook page, which is also, you know, it's just Bad Luck Garage, at Bad Luck Garage, Facebook, or you can just leave a comment down here, and, you know, I should get that. If you know, if you're not close to me and you need this done, let me see here. Yeah, I got the card right up here. This is Anthony, okay? Hopefully this focuses in. I'm going to get up and make sure it focuses in. But you guys can see this. This is his phone number, contact information. It's aknovaman@gmail.com. And he's a great guy. And he's actually the reason that I only work locally right now. So here's the deal with that. Anthony was kind enough. I was having a lot of issues. I've had some bad experiences with some tuners and some some harness makers. So Anthony was kind enough to teach me everything that I know about tuning. And out of respect for him, I don't want to take any business from him. So that's why I only work locally right now. But I highly recommend Anthony if, you know, you need a PCM flashed or tuned or something. I believe he's in Kansas, so if you're in that area, you know, he could tune your car in person. But I just wanted to kind of elaborate why I won't do, you know, mail order stuff. I don't want to infringe on his business, because he was nice enough to, like I said, he was nice enough to teach me everything that I know about this, and you know, especially him being a fellow veteran, I don't want to step on any toes. But he can hook you up. There are other people out there that flash. There's, he's the only person I'm going to recommend right now, because, you know, some other people I've had bad experiences with. I don't want to badmouth anybody, but I do want to say this too, guys. If you're sending your PCM to somebody to flash it for standalone for your LS swap, you need to let them know every detail about your swap, okay? When I say I had a bad experience, it was through no fault of my own. But what I have seen happen, and I've seen it happen a lot, it's happened to me once already, just working local here. People, you need to let your tuner know what engine came out. If it's a swap, you need to let them know if that vehicle, if you're going to be using the stock Tach and the stock speedometer in that vehicle, so that they know how to change things. Because if you're using a, you know, especially if you're swapping into a Ford or something like that with an electronic speedometer, you know, they need to know that, because they're going to have to change the pulses per mile settings for the speedometer. They're gonna, you know, if you had a four-cylinder, or if you had a four-cylinder, it doesn't matter. But if you're swapping into a vehicle with a V8 or a V6, or, you know, a Jaguar, you know, that's pretty popular now, you know, and it had a V12 and you're putting an LS in it, you need to let them know so that they can set that up. We can't read minds, people. So, you know, let me or whoever's doing your tuning, you know, let them know what the vehicle is that you're swapping this into, and whether or not you're going to be using the stock instrumentation. So anyway, like I said before, I hope this video has helped some people out. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video, hit like, and I'll see you next time on Bad Luck Garage.